Is 1971's Oregon Trail still one of the best games ever? Let's find out. Hey everybody, I'm Rainbow, and I'll be playing through the games considered the greatest from 1971 to modern day to see if they still hold their title as one of the greats. There are over 300 games currently on this list, and I'm going to play and review each of them and try to determine which game is truly the all-time greatest game. I'll place each game on a dynamic scale that will change as more games are played. Only the greats will be able to defend their spot. Today we'll be looking at 1971's Oregon Trail. Oregon Trail is a text-based strategy game set in 1847 where you, the player, must bring yourself and your family from Independence, Missouri to Oregon City, Oregon via the Oregon Trail. Originally developed by Don Rawitch, Bill Heineman, and Paul Dillenberger for a junior high history unit that Rawitch was teaching, it gave students the challenges of maintaining resources, overcoming diseases, and trying their hardest to reach Oregon before dying of dysentery, or in my case, losing half your family to typhoid. The game was intended to relay the hardships of the time while being fun and replayable. The full development of the game is actually really fascinating, and I definitely recommend checking out MinMax's Trailheads documentary here, and The Gaming Historian's The Story of the Oregon Trail, especially if you like a good video essay. It was originally developed for the HP 2100, and students would interact with it via teleprinter, which is essentially a typewriter attached to a network of some kind. Oregon Trail has gone through various editions and updates through the decades, and the version I played was the version 2.1 updated for the Apple II in 1985, which features a more interactive hunting game and among many other updates. You can find it actually here online. Finding the original 1971 one is tricky. So you can see it starts with you picking your character, which can be seen as your difficulty level. Bankers had more money, which meant more supplies. Farmers had a harder time, but you would receive more points at the end, ultimately increasing your score if you made it further with more. I chose a carpenter, going for the standard difficulty. You then choose which month you want to leave, what supplies you'll take with you, and you set out. At any point, you can change the amount of rations you're eating each day, the pace you're setting, as well if you'd like to rest for a few days. You can also track the health of your family, and at any point you might be hit with delays by losing the trail, breakdowns, river crossings, sickness, etc. And each playthrough varies, which offers a lot of replayability. You'll have to face river crossings along the way, and you can also stop in forts and stock up on more supplies, as well as trading with people if you come across them. If you still have money, that is. Finally, you're able to augment your food supplies with hunting. The original hunting minigame looks quite different, but the one from 1985 was very fun and proved extremely necessary for survival. My playthrough was blessed with very little disease, and I used a strategy of decreasing my rations for a few days at a time to stretch them. I found the task of managing resources and trying to hit the checkpoints along the way enjoyable, and I really felt like I had a lot riding on it. When things came up, I tried resting for a day in hopes they would pass. This worked pretty well, except for when it came to typhoid. Both times people got typhoid, they ended up dying within a few days. So make sure to rest more if you get typhoid. It'll get you. The question is, does it hold up today? And the answer is, definitely. The game moves fast, the strategy is relegated to only a handful of choices at key moments, but these choices have lasting impacts. When I finished, I was happy to have made it to Oregon, but immediately wondered what I could have done differently on a replay to get my entire family there. It took me about 45 minutes to play through it once. I was pleased to find out that even though I hadn't played it since I was in grade 3, I was still just as much fun as I remembered. I managed to finish with a score of 2,692 on my first playthrough with 3 family members, which I felt pretty good about, but I didn't check how that compared. Let me know what your scores and strategies are down in the comments, and if you've never played, give it a try. It's one of the all-time greats for a reason. For this one, obviously, I'd rank it's the first one I've played of the list, so it gets the number 1 spot. So right now, Oregon Trail is the greatest game of all time, but we'll see if it can defend its spot. Thanks so much for watching, and please tag along as I move through the greatest games gauntlet.